is it about the money?
It was about the interest I
You were
had.
interested in saving people's life.
No, I wasn't interested in saving people's life. I was never interested in saving people's life, although I am now. But before I had this, I think I've told you before. I actually very intrigued about the human body, the way it functions, the way it works.
Every year, over 600,000 students graduate from higher institutions across Nigeria, all with dreams, all with plans, all believing that life after school will be automatic. Then reality hits like a Ferrari crashing at 250 kilometers per hour. No one told them about the silence, no one warned them about the prayer, no one prepared them for the weight of expectations. Some panic, some settle, some refuse to be swallowed by the system. They adapt, they innovate, they refuse to be statistics. They know the truth. The certificate may just be a receipt. You need to prove what you've learned. The real degree is survival. Some will watch, some will complain, but a few will make history. This is their story. This is University Life Podcast. Are you ready? Hello and welcome to University Life Podcast. My name is Olaoye, and in this particular episode, we're actually doing something very, very, very different, unlike the things we've been doing before and the things we've been talking about before. So, in this particular episode, we've decided to incorporate something new into this podcast, which is health talk. And as you guys already know, I am not a nurse or health practitioner. I don't have any qualification to actually talk about health, even though I talk about mental health, which is like a conversation anybody can have. But when it comes to the actual health talk, which is physical health, I don't have the qualification to talk about that. So to actually have health talk without qualification, anyways, you guys get the point. I actually had to invite a nurse here. So starting from this episode, we'll be having a series probably once in a month where we actually talk about health and where we actually talk about students' health, how to live a good life. What is this? What does this mean? If you're having this symptom, what does it mean? If you are feeling this way, what does it mean? If you are having this, what can you do about this? And it's just a series of health talk that is meant to educate students on how to take care of their physical health. I got this idea from someone who also has, though this person actually has a WhatsApp TV where he or she posts about health topics and people interact with it. And I have gotten to understand now that people actually know so little about health. That is why everybody is always interested in having this health topic. But you cannot just walk into clinic and start asking them questions. Even the way those nurses are going to look at you, you like have to reconsider what is going on here. So because of that, I have decided to have a series of health topics. I don't know how long this is going to last, but that depends on the schedule of our nurse that we're inviting. But that is what it's going to be like. So guys, yeah, let me use the word of my friend. I'm actually pumped to invite and to have with me a very special guest. This is literally one of my oldest friends. We actually talk a lot, and she's kind of sweet, and she's always worried about Emma, take good care of your health. Emma, take good care of your health. Emma, do this. Emma, do that. But it's actually lovely to finally have here with me on this podcast, on this show, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to actually host her. And I'm also glad that she had to squeeze out of our very tight schedule to be with us here today. So, guys, after this episode, I want you to comment your thoughts, and if you have questions, you have to You should leave your questions, and every single question is going to be responded to. So let's get into it. Simmieking, thank you very much for being here. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate every single second we spend here together. Let's just call her the University Life Podcast nurse. I don't give you tag. I saw one of your posts when you were in school saying that your school is actually messing with your mental health. 5 friends that are nurses.
Mm.
So, and they all have something in common. They complain about the school, they complain about their course of study, they complain about the whole process of everything. So, what was it like for you?
It was a lot.
Mm.
School of nursing really messed with my mental health. Like I almost lost myself. The hours of studying, the environment itself, because I had to stay in the school hostel, so there was no form of, I'm just gonna feel that I really love my privacy.
Mm.
So I had to stay in the school hostel. So combining school stress with living with people I'm not familiar with, everything, the pressure, it was so much.
Especially when it turns out living with other girls, and
Like it
girls
was
girls don't really like themselves like
in
that.
there is, it's something different when you are back from lectures.
Mhm.
You had a long day, the lectures were so tough, has been so tough, and you just want to go back to your abode and rest just for a
Literally,
little.
most of you guys are in the same level, right?
Yeah, it doesn't, depends.
And you attend the same courses,
Mm-hmm.
the same classes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are all tired, you are supposed to be so
That's
tired.
why.
Kind of going wrong what they were
No,
doing.
that's why you say people are different, individuals are different. I might be so down
Mm-hmm.
or very low when it comes to the energy I have left, and somebody else is still so fully charged as much as possible.
God.
And aside that, it's not, we are studying the same course, yes, but not all of us in the room are in the same level.
Okay.
Yeah, some might be in their first year, second year, so the class schedule is not,
The same.
it's not the same. So combining school stress and the period of time I feel the stress the most is when it comes to exams. Because the kind of, should I say, program or the way my school is, once you fail a course, you're repeating 6 months.
Ouch.
So it's traumatizing. Although not really. You'll be given an opportunity to rewrite that course though. If you fail a course, that we call it reference. If you fail a course, that's a reference. If it's two, I think if it's two, yeah, you can still rewrite. But once it's three, you are going back.
2.
6 months. 6 months setback.
Oh, wow.
So of that same semester, there's nothing like carryover in nursing school. So the kind of pressure I do have when it's time for exam is not
Okay, but
it's
fail.
not a child's play at
Okay,
all.
okay, but failing is a relative term. Does
Mm-hmm.
that mean that if you have what's your grading system? Is F the
Either you
regular fail?
pass or you fail.
So how do you pass? How do you fail?
Just get 50 and above. Just get 50 and above. Once it's 49 points, you failed because. But what made it so crazier for me is that we write 2 courses a day at the same time
At
on a
the same
question.
time,
Yes. So, for example, we have anatomy, we have pharmacology. There are 2 different courses
but you're writing the
with
exam
different. Yes, you write
together.
it together. So you are reading it together, and the thing is very bulky. Our syllabus is very bulky. So you can just imagine the stress. You're having a course, okay, like paper one, but you are writing 2 courses at the same time. So you have to read, you have to finish anatomy, then you read and pharmacology, combine everything together, and you are going into the exam. Of what makes it more crazier is that there is nothing like it is what we are taught this semester we are going to do. If you are in your first year, if you are in your first year, second semester, you have to revise what you've been taught in your first year, first semester. So now imagine when you are in your second year, your final year, everything is just piling up.
You keep going back.
Yes, you have to have an idea because you don't know where the question is coming. It's not easy. You read like you want to die.
I will actually die.
So the studying is not easy. It's not easy at all. Then combining that with your personal life and everything, it almost messed my mental health up. I was just holding on by a thread. So yeah, school of nothing else.
Wow.
But it built me though. I learned to tolerate people more. I had more of self-discipline.
No wonder why I can stand me.
Yeah. I learned to tolerate people more. I had more self-discipline and adapting to very harsh conditions or situations has been easier too. So it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Wow. So now you're a registered nurse.
Yep.
You're cute actually because but when it comes to students' health, since you kind of experienced it when you were in school, and now that you're out of school working and you're also a registered nurse, what actually breaks your heart when it comes to students' health, how students prioritize their health? Don't use me as an example.
I'm going to talk on general things.
Good.
I want to use it as an example. What breaks my heart the most is the silent suffering students go through. Most people they wait till it's turned to something they can't take anymore before they speak out. I'm talking on both mentally, physically, emotionally, the emotional aspect and everything together. Students they would rather experience or let me say go alone in whatever it is they're experiencing, maybe through the stress or they're sick. I don't want to appear weak, I don't want to be a burden, or this too shall pass. That kind of notion, this too shall pass, so
it actually do pass.
I'll be fine. And what students don't know is during those process of time that you are ignoring your health, you are ignoring yourself, you actually killing yourself gradually. So when everything comes back to you, it's sometimes overload, or don't let me say too late, but something you could have just attended to at the early stage.
I don't treat my malaria at the early stage because eventually it's going to come back.
That's what you think.
It actually comes back.
Because it must have had a beginning.
That is why I don't
not
treat
just
it at
like
the
that.
beginning.
You have to tackle it first. The thing is, and then when it comes to malaria, okay, I'm doing health talks now. When it comes to malaria, it depends on the kind of environment that you are. Okay, you have a mosquito bite. From there you get the parasite in your body, and they all have their incubation period.
They have incubation period?
Yes, now in the body. So
why do I feel malaria immediately? So they have incubation periods?
Yes, they do.
Malaria actually has incubation periods.
And now when the parasite enters the body, there will surely be an incubation period.
Immediately mosquito bites me, whether male or female, I start feeling it. That's let's just say after 2 hours. Just
it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
I'm serious.
But the thing is, let's use that malaria as an example.
People complain that I don't come outside, but I don't stay outside at night.
It does not. You might have mosquito in your room and you won't know. Or maybe your lecture hall. You don't. Do you feel the bite?
I would always feel. I have sensitive skin, so I would always feel every single bite. So I know when I'm bitten by a mosquito.
Okay, so the thing is, you had a mosquito bite. You got sick. Before you got sick, there's been an incubation period in your system.
I start feeling it that day.
It's alright. So you've just finished treating yourself, or let me say, in the middle of the treatment, you got another mosquito bite. One has already finished its incubation period, leading to the malaria itself. Then you are treating that one. Then another one has entered your system again. So that's why we keep thinking it's coming back. It's not actually coming back. It's because of, should I say, relative factors or environmental factors? Environmental factors around the sickness or illness. And then aside that, your immune system too matters. If your body, if your health is not strong enough to battle or to tackle whatever is going wrong in your...
A friend posted about something. AS are the ones that seem to have more immunity towards malaria.
I mean, those that fall victim of malaria the most
is A.
yes.
So she posted about AS, and one of the advantages of being AS is that you don't get malaria easily.
How do you sleep and wake up without knowing your health status? You don't know what's in your body. You don't even know your medical identity.
Let's go. You guys had a lot of experiences and you faced a lot of traumas from school. Let's call it traumas.
Okay.
Let's call it traumas. So you guys faced some traumas from school. Hostel people, lecturers trying to kill you, and but when you start working, you guys are like, especially young nurses, they are more friendly and they seem to care more than older nurses. I think most students are scared of going to the clinic because the older nurses are not friendly. So what do you think happened to the older nurses?
Burnout.
Ouch.
You've been in the system, or you keep seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again. You know, they're already used to that scenario. So today you attended to somebody with, should I say, the ailment or the lifestyle itself within the healthcare sector. So they are used
repetitive.
It's repetitive. So nothing is new again. And you've been seeing it over and over, and there are times where maybe whether they've, of course, it's not even maybe or whether they would have certainly experienced situations where might be so annoying, and they've experienced a lot. They've gone through a lot. So nothing seems new again. So when students comes to the clinic and they meet an older nurse, and what I'm just insinuating, I'm not saying it's really what is happening, just my own opinion. A student comes to the clinic giving their complaint about whatever it is they are feeling. They've seen it before. Somebody like that has come before. So sometimes they might see it as you being dramatic. Sometimes they might see it as, again, just, so there is not new. The burnout is real. So because of the burnout, there is no longer interest. The empathy might have reduced, unless maybe they are in a kind of situation that's so serious or urgent. But something they've been saying over and over, it's more like now deja vu. They've seen a lot of it.
Like changing pampers every day.
So it's not new. It's not new. But for younger nurses, we are new to the system. We are freshly baked bread. Okay. So we are new to the system.
You guys are still excited.
The excitement is still there, and we've experienced these two with older nurses. So we know what it feels like being treated as such.
Yeah.
So we try to not do the same thing that they've done. It's not that it's totally their fault. It's not. I won't say it's their fault, because I think that unfriendly act didn't just start one day just
One
like
day,
that. It's due to something that has been piling up over
over and
time.
over.
And so they just get used to it, and they
So,
seem to appear unfriendly.
what plans do you have personally to make sure that it doesn't get repetitive for you, you don't get burnt out, and you're not stuck in such system?
I would have to keep reminding myself how I felt when I was in the student's shoes or the patient's shoes, because nobody likes being treated unfriendly.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm beginning to feel like that, I'll keep reminding myself, you were once like this, you were once treated like this. So to avoid me doing the same thing to someone else, I'll have to keep myself informed and serve as a reminder too.
Yes, and eventually get out of the nursing system or healthcare system.
Yeah, and I think nurses generally should maybe hold seminars or talk on these kind of things time to time, so that we won't just get exhausted at the long run. So maybe that might be helpful too.
Okay. Well. I'll try not to stray off topic a lot. But I just enjoy how it is coming, the flow and everything. So what would you tell aspirants to, I mean, what would you tell students that are aspiring to become nurses? You will see shaggy.
What I have to say to aspiring nurses, nursing is hard. Don't
Is the hard understatement.
See, don't think about, I'm going to be in a scrub, I'll be holding an injection, I'm going to be in the hospital attending to patients. People will see me and be like, oh, that's a nurse. It's more than that. It's more than that. Just get out of your mind. Nothing is hard. It's going to test you in every areas of your life. So for aspiring nurses, I'm going to advise them to have a driving force. There should be something that must be your foundation or your determination to keep you going, because during the journey or on the journey to get to a stage, you start thinking, why on earth you actually thought it was easy.
Wow.
So there should be a driving force. Nothing is hard. It's not a child's play. So have a driving force. Have something that's backing you up, so that when you are tired or you are feeling pressured or you feel like giving up, that backing force,
you have an anchor.
then keep to it. That's all I have to say to aspiring nurses out there.
So are you presently single or in a relationship? I want to ask how.
I'm listening. I'm listening. How was?
Okay, I want to ask. Okay, since are you presently single or in a relationship?
I'm single. Very single to the core.
Come on, I need somebody that is not single. I would have asked if or how you manage your relationship
and work life.
and work and everything. Because one of my friends posted that as a nurse, one of the things you must pray for is a supportive partner.
Yes.
Because there are some days you have bad days at work.
Yes.
And
I read a post from somewhere that said, if your time of work is 8 to 4 p.m., once it's 4 p.m. and you carry your bag or you pick your bag and you're about to go home, drop the burden of work at the office. Then just be you.
It's not that easy.
Easier said than done. After reading that post, I tried to relate it to my choice of work, and I was like, it's not going to work that way every day.
Even as a
There,
freelancer, I'm
there will be days that you just want to rant, you just want to vent it out. And if you have a partner that is not understanding, that is not supportive, might see you as being so much to handle or to relate with. So balancing relationship and being a nurse too, well, it depends mostly on the kind of partner you have and you two working on yourself, so that it won't get to a stage whereby all what your relationship is about your career. So having a supportive partner, and at the same time you not being too lost or too embedded in whatever it is you are going through at your place of work, it is very, very important.
okay. So how can you be in a talking stage when you're a nurse? You guys
I
don't
think
have time.
no, it's not that we don't have time. We do have time, if as long as you know how to plan yourself, there is time. And what's WhatsApp for? WhatsApp is meant for chatting. You talk on phone, social media platforms, and you both schedule when it's convenient for you
For you
guys to
guys.
meet and have fun, have a you time. So it's actually, it's possible to be in a relationship and be a nurse. It's not
Okay.
that bad. It's not that bad.
Well. So thank you very much for actually being here and
My pleasure.
for taking the time to answer the questions honestly. I'm just thinking it's a lot.
How was that?
Like being a nurse, being in the health sector is a lot.
It is.
There's a lot of commitment, patience, and sacrifice.
Yeah. I think I'm going to mention that sacrifice in the next question you're going to ask. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Because I wish I knew how much it takes being in the field. I wish I knew how much sacrifice and commitment. I thought it was just going to be this, you going to work and coming back and then just continue your life, your personal life, I mean. But it's not like that. I wish I knew the emotional boundaries attached to being a nurse, because you're going to see a lot of things that will make you sometimes question God and sometimes be grateful and sometimes might mess you up for the day. I wish I knew I wish I knew a lot of things, honestly. But the two major things I wish I knew was the sacrifice, the commitment, and yes, the emotional boundaries. Maybe I would have been prepared better.
Or maybe you would have chosen something else.
Yeah, I don't think I would have. Maybe, maybe, maybe I would have chosen something else. But I actually love it. I love what I do, but I just wish I knew so that I would have prepared better. Yeah.
Do you think your preparation is early at least, or do you think you still got to know about it late?
I didn't get to know about it too, and that's all thanks to um, the, what would I call it? The way nursing program is at nursing schools. As you are into theoretical aspects, you are being posted to the hospital too, to see the practical aspect of it. So during my first year, the first clinical posting we went for, I was awed. I was I was amused and surprised with the things I saw. I didn't know that people were going through a lot. So working in the hospital and seeing those happenings and situations, sometimes after the shift for the day, I used to feel so emotional, and it really got to me. But as time went on, I started getting used to it, because it wasn't just that place we were posted to. All through the years of being at school, we were posted to different places, so we are seeing different things all the time. So I started building my immunity to the vulnerability of it. So I won't say it's too late, not too late, not too early either. Somewhere in between. And I'm still learning on the journey, because sometimes, not quite long, something happened and still shook me to the core. But it's just that the level of shock I felt, or the way it got to me,
was different.
yes, it was different this time around. I was able to pick myself together and wave it off and be professional without being too affected emotionally. So yeah, that's it. The emotional boundaries and the commitment it takes. I wish I knew that earlier.
Knowing what you know now
Yeah.
about the whole health sector thing,
Mm-hmm.
if you were to go back to when you were filling your jam form,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
I
used
think
to
I
go.
can see where this is going to. Last two words.
I used to going to choose this career path.
No,
Mm.
I won't. I would have gone for something else within my,
Within the health sector.
yes,
Okay.
but not us. Although every sector, every career has its own
Hidden.
yeah, its own ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I would have chosen something else.
Wow.
If there was a trailer of what I'm going through now, I would have chosen something else, something less
Demanding.
emotion demanding.
I think we've actually gotten to the last segment here. Thank you
Yeah,
very much for the honesty and everything.
yeah,
It's
very much
actually
helpful.
it's actually like I can feel what you are going through. Like I can feel what you are going through.
Yeah,
But it is what it is, Sha.
this is what it is. You know, that statement, this is what it is, has been my watchword these days. I just look through it and this is what it is, bro. We move. We move on to the next. This is what it is. Honestly, you just have to hold yourself up and keep moving. So yeah, this is what it is, Emerald.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you very much for accepting the invitation to actually speak here with me on the University Life podcast, and I hope that next time we invite you over, you're going to like. Do you have a choice now to say yes?
I do have a choice. Don't try me. I do have a choice, but I really love the opportunity to be here too. So of course, I
Okay.
really honor an invitation of such again.
Especially when it's coming from
Mm.
Thank you very much for joining this episode, guys. And once again, our name or the name of our nurse here with us is
Simmieking. It's Simmieking on University Life podcast, and it's really been an amazing period of time here. And I really hope to.
I'm an amazing person.
Don't see yourself too much. And I really look forward to being here again.
Okay.
So bye for now.
So guys, she already gave us our words. Just in case she doesn't.
I keep to my word.
just in case I do something to piss her off and she feels
For
like
the sake of University Life podcast, I will try to overlook whatever it is you do.
that's a promise.
Meant to be kept.
Are you sure that's a promise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to tell me that I'm okay. Let's just so thank you very much guys for listening and we're going to meet in the next episode. Remember to like, share and subscribe and of course we are climbing our what's it called community ladder and very soon I hope to also have most of you here on the show with me. So thank you very much guys for listening once again and we are going to meet in the next episode. Bye bye.